What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with breaking news hot off the press. So it looked like the WNBA players and owners has come up with a new agreement. Now, I'm not here to say that we still going to have a 2026 season, but they have come up with some type of agreement. We're still trying to dissect everything, man. We're going to start this video off a little different. So we're going to jump right into this story. So Ramona Shelburne, I believe she is a reporter for ESPN, senior writer for ESPN. She released a tweet about 37 minutes ago. It stated the WNBA and WBPA have reached an agreement on a moratorium for league business. Sources
negotiations. And while it is a step forward in the sense that some agreement has been reached, it also exposes a lot of the underlying problems within the league. Ramona Shelburne, a senior writer for ESPN, first broke this news through a tweet, and the initial reaction made it clear that there is a lot of confusion surrounding this announcement. Her tweet suggested that the agreement was groundbreaking, but when we look closer at the details, it's clear that this is not the game-changing deal fans were hoping for. This moratorium is a temporary pause, a way to halt free agency and other player transactions.
Development and legal government, capital, fishing, suspension, offering temporary relief, but potentially increasing debt as interest. So from my understanding, based off this little moratorium thing, hopefully I'm saying that right, they have decided to do, this is not giving us a 2026 season. I do want to be clear there. I believe they reached an agreement to this just a proper word to continue negotiations, if I'm reading this correctly. So as of right now, it's still basically they still don't have a WNBA CBA agreement. Now,
with this freeze in place, the entire rhythm of the league is thrown off and the competitive balance is at risk. Coaches now face the impossible task of preparing teams without knowing who will be available or which players will even be on their rosters for the upcoming season. The quality of the product on the court is inevitably impacted, and fans who have been following the league closely are left frustrated and uncertain about the future. It's also worth noting that this situation exposes a lot of tension and mistrust between players and owners. Some analysts speculate that the players may have agreed to this temporary pause as a strategic move to prevent free agency from moving forward too quickly. Others suggest it's a measure designed to pressure owners into negotiating a more favorable CBA. Either way, this is not a cooperative step forward. It's a sign that both sides are still locked in a high-stakes negotiation where neither is fully confident in the other. This level of mistrust complicates everything, because even
until there was a new CBA agreement. So I'm wondering if the players is doing this to stop free agency. That's what this tweet is saying. You know, somebody else said this is actually bad news for fans and coaches. Coaches will have to implement complex systems in a condensed offseason with very little time for players' development and chemistry building, which will hurt the product on the court. Now, sign replacement players. So that's what it's starting to look like, man. Maybe we could be getting a replacement situation similar to the 90 movie.
This pause stalls their ability to make career decisions and delays the chance for some players to find better opportunities or improve their contracts. In essence, while this temporary agreement buys time, it also keeps the league frozen in a state of uncertainty that could last until a new CBA is fully ratified. Fans are without a doubt the ones suffering the most from this situation. The excitement surrounding the league has been building, with new talent emerging and viewership reaching record levels, but all of that momentum is now overshadowed by confusion and delay. Fans want clarity. They want to know if there will be a 2026 season, who will be on their favorite teams, and how competitive the league will be. Instead, what they are receiving is vague legal language.
Chemistry building, which will hurt the product on the court. Now, sign replacement players. So that's what it's starting to look like, man. Maybe we could be getting a replacement situation similar to the 90 movie that we seen with Keanu Reeves, The Replacements, because that's exactly what it's finna look like, man. And somebody said the first 8 words of this tweet had me thinking we were going somewhere else. Right, man. Like, it had got so bad, I straight had to Google what the word meant, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know what the damn word meant. Now, this is not a good look for the WNBA players or owners, man. Y'all still can't come up with an agreement. Y'all still can't come up with a system in place to get us a 2026 season. Because basically what y'all saying is that we still at the negotiation table. We still haven't made any progress in the current state of the whole negotiation situation.
Not only a legal and contractual pause, but also a pause in the growth and development of the league itself. Another key point to understand is the potential for replacement players. Some reports suggest that if negotiations drag on indefinitely, the league could be forced to sign temporary non-union players to keep teams operational. This would be a major shift and could fundamentally alter the identity of the WNBA. Having replacement players would likely alienate fans and undermine the integrity of the league, as the competition would no longer represent the top-level talent that the WNBA is known for.
What the word meant, because I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't even know what the damn word meant. Now, this is not a good look for the WNBA players or owners, man. Y'all still can't come up with an agreement. Y'all still can't come up with a system in place to get us a 2026 season. Because basically what y'all saying is that we still at the negotiation table. We still haven't made any progress in the current state of the whole negotiation situation. This is ugly. This is not a good look for the WNBA players. This is not a good look for the owners. And guess who suffered? The
spread uncertainty. This is not an unforeseen issue. It was preventable, but both sides failed to act in time, and now everyone is paying the price. That is where the Lakers are right now, and that is why the situation feels worse than ever. Now, when you really look at the Lakers in this situation, it's not just about a few losses or bad games. It's a bigger problem with the team structure and how the stars interact with the system. Jeff Teague made a very valid point when he said that he would never want to coach LeBron James or Luka Doncic, and that statement hits the nail on the head. Coaching a team like the Lakers right now is not just hard, it's almost impossible. You can't fully hold players accountable when the most important ones on the court refuse to adjust or follow the system. LeBron James at this stage in his career is a player who expects everyone else to conform to him. He's been successful for so long that he rarely listens to coaches or follows strict defensive schemes. That means any coach trying to make the Lakers a cohesive team is working with a huge handicap from the start. Luka Doncic is another story, but follows a similar pattern in terms of uncoachable habits.
This is ugly. This is not a good look for the WNBA players. This is not a good look for the owners. And guess who suffered? The fans is suffering because we still don't know definitively if we even gonna have a 2026 season. Now y'all trying to use big words to try to say that, you know, maybe we is gonna have a 2026 season. We just gotta wait and see. And me personally, it's not a good look, man, because at the end of the day, fans and players need clarity. And it seemed like none of y'all know what the hell y'all doing, and we just sitting here now.
Teams that defend poorly don't win consistently. Sure, LeBron can score and the Lakers can make some highlight plays, but if they can't stop the other team, it doesn't matter how many points they put up. You can't win playoff games with defense like this, and it's no coincidence that the Lakers are struggling even against mid-tier teams. That's why Jeff Teague's point about coaching this roster is so important. Even if you're a great coach, if the stars are uncoachable, there's a limit to what you can do. Another major issue is roster consistency. The Lakers have been playing with different lineups almost every game. Austin Reeves being out, LeBron playing selectively, and other role players coming and going creates chaos. How do you build chemistry when your rotation changes constantly? Basketball is a team game, and it relies heavily on players understanding each other, trusting each other, and moving together as a unit.
Hey, fans and players need clarity. And it seemed like none of y'all know what the hell y'all doing, and we just sitting here now. Now we're just sitting here day in and day out. Y'all keep, once again, donkey in a carrot, bruh. This looking very donkey in a carrot-ish. I just gotta be honest here with you guys. Let me see what Annie Constable said. Maybe Annie Constable might give us some more clarity on this. She stated the WNBA and WPA have agreed to a moratorium for league business specific for free agency. Put simply, qualifying offers or core destinations and signings will be paused for. So
said he would never want to coach them. It's not disrespect, it's realism. Coaching these players requires a completely different approach, one that many coaches are not willing or able to take on. We also have to consider the psychological impact on other players. If you're a role player on the Lakers, you're trying your best on defense and effort plays, but the stars don't follow the system. What message does that send? It creates frustration and lowers morale. Players like Austin Reeves or even some of the bench guys can feel undervalued or forced into impossible roles. When your stars aren't fully on board, the entire team suffers. That's exactly what Jeff Teague was explaining. Even if a coach tries to hold everyone accountable, the stars can override any system in place. That is why he refuses to take that job. It's a lose-lose situation for any coach, because no matter what you do, you're always fighting the current. The Lakers' recent losses to teams,
because we're not we already I don't know what the hell they doing, man, but this is ugly because we constantly hearing about the status quo thing. We already talked about the status quo time after time again for the last 3 damn days. I don't want to hear about the status quo no more. I want to hear about a deal getting done. And as of right now, a deal is not getting done. This is a very, very ugly situation, and it don't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. I want to know what y'all thoughts is down in the comment section right now. Keep them bells on. I will be back with more content. And until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here, bro. This WNBA stuff is getting ridiculous.
Years of his career, his playing style, his selective game appearances, and his overall leadership approach make the team heavily dependent on him. Bronny James, even if drafted, will not change the dynamics much because the team will always revolve around LeBron. Luka Doncic in Dallas faces similar challenges. He's a superstar, but if his team lacks role players or a solid defensive system, even he cannot carry the team alone. Luka sees this clearly. The job of coaching these types of stars is more about managing egos than teaching defense or offense. If a coach isn't prepared to handle that, the job becomes impossible, no matter how talented the roster is.